Hey guys, it's Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and today I'm reviewing the REP Fitness Arcadia Functional Trainer. The last functional trainer I reviewed from REP was the FT5000 2.0, in which I absolutely crapped on it. I'm not the biggest fan, and the reason is because there was so much good things from the Eris and Athena functional trainer power racks that I was like, why didn't they take and implement this into a functional trainer? Well, supposedly they listened to me, and that's what this bad boy is. This has taken pretty much all of the good things, many of the good things, the componentry from the Athena and the Eris, and added it into a compact functional trainer that honestly, for the price point, may just be the best value functional trainer on the market. But you'll just have to watch to find out. Let's get into it. Okay, the Arcadia functional trainer, as you can kind of tell, this is what I would say. This is their new FT3000. So REP has had an FT3000, which is kind of their more budget situated functional trainer that's still selectorized and maybe more so designed to be compact as possible. There's many people in home gyms that just don't have a ton of space, and that's a reason that I've seen a ton of people go with the Eris and Athena, because it fits within your power rack. But if you don't want a power rack with a functional trainer built into it, you want something that's a dedicated functional trainer for supersets or because you have extra space, this is an option. Or if you don't want a power rack at all, you can go with this. Or if you're in a basement, you can go with this. Or if you just want to save some space, this is an option you can go with. Now, I'll say this from the get, this is not the same stretch, same size, everything of that you get from a commercial version. If you want the thing, the stretch, that kind of feeling that you get with a really high-end functional trainer. That's why I have the Free Motion in my garage, where you just get that wide arms. This isn't designed for that. This is designed for compact spaces, but designed really to compete with the most obvious options, the Titan Fitness functional trainer, the Inspire FT1, the Bells of Steel, the many options that most people are buying for their home gym. That's what this is. Let's get into the review. This video is brought to you by Element. Element is a sugar-free electrolyte drink mix. We actually reached out to Element because I've been using Element as a subscriber, paid subscriber, for over a year. I actually drink these every single day. Not kidding. It's one of the most simple supplements that's out there. It's an electrolyte drink mix. Actually, one of the things that Element talks a lot about is you need more salt in your life. You need more salt in your diet. Most people think they have too much sodium. The reality is they don't, especially athletes. So this is one of the easiest and actually one of the most enjoyable ways to add electrolytes to your routine. You open your individually sized packet of electrolyte drink mix, you pour it into a bottle of water, you put your cap on, you shake it, and then you chug it. It tastes delicious. There's lots of different flavors. And if you're dealing with any sort of headaches, midday fatigue, cramping, those sorts of things, I've actually found if I take one of these midday, usually it'll take me from like the midday slump and I'll be back to normal. And they taste delicious. Many different flavors, the ones I'd recommend. I like grapefruit the best, but they also have citrus. Also, if you want to put one in your coffee, the chocolate ones are available as well. If you're a part of the GGR community, that's you watching, if you would like to get Element and receive a free gift just for you, use the link below the like button and you'll be able to get a free sample pack of Element and you can be electrolyted just like I don't think it's a word, by the way, but delicious. Oh, that is good. Oh man. First off is dimensions. So this again is designed to be compact, and it is compact. The height with the pull-up bar flipped up, and this is a smart idea. They have basically multiple ways the pull-up bar can go. If you want it kind of as much stretch as possible, the height is 80 inches tall. If you flip it down, it's gonna be less than that, which means it's designed to fit in just about any home gym environment. So if you're putting this in a basement or a garage, you just don't have a ton of like ceiling height, this is gonna work. This also doesn't have a crazy amount of depth, which means it's not gonna stick off the wall like some functional trainers. They just stick up the wall really far. They just take up a ton of space, both width and depth. The depth on this to the very front of the feet is 35 inches. Now, one thing of note, the total width on this is 55 inches, and that's the only listing that I see on the width of the unit for the front. The thing that really matters most is gonna be the width of the uprights. And honestly, like I'm starting with this, but The thing that I would watch out most with the dimensions is gonna be the width of the uprights, where the pulleys are. And they're about 42 inches between each other, which means it's gonna be about the same amount of stretch that you would find with the Aries or Athena, which is a little bit less than I'd like, but one of the biggest benefits of this is how little space it takes up. So I could actually foresee in the future, and I think this would be cool, if somebody wants this unit, maybe Rep offering wider pull-up bar and wider pegboard in the middle to make the space wider. It'd still be very compact, it'd still be this, but you could make it farther apart so you could have a bigger stretch, but just something small. Then the cable position. So this actually has 32 cable positions on the upright. The uprights are just a beautiful stainless steel. One thing that you'll notice about this is the fit and finish on this. Amongst really any of the functional trainers within this price range, like Trolley, this thing blows them away. The components they're using, the materials, just like you can tell on the upright. Stainless steel upright with laser cut numbers that are just so visible, so well done, and just a lot of usable area. In fact, the usable height on the uprights on this are about the same as their like full big guy, the FT5000. So you may be losing a little bit on width in terms of stretch, but you're not really losing anything on actual usable height from their big boy, the FT5000 2.0. It's also got lower usable space on the upright than the FT5000 2.0 as well, which means you just have more wider range to fit more diverse body types, but also for more diverse training. Whatever you're doing, you're gonna be able to hit the angle that you wanna hit, and you're gonna be able to dial it in exactly where you'd like it. And if you remember the number, because it's fully numbered, not laser etched like their FT5000, it's laser cut, like I said they should do. Now you can remember where you're at. Okay, then to the trolley system. So this is what's sitting on the upright. This is something I remarked on the FT5000 2.0 review. It's like, man, you came out with this amazing Aries and Athena, completely re-engineered and reworked the trolley system. Why not add it to this? Well, now they have. They basically took what they have on those and made it for a smaller upright. This is what they should have done in the beginning. This is genius because the components on this are amazing. It's actually engineered, whereas most of the functional trainers you'll find at this price point, like just the reality of it, I would say the FT5000 is probably this way too. They're just off the shelf components. Like they're not engineering these things. It's somebody overseas that's engineering them. And then they've got they're just like, yeah, I want that. No, this is like completely from the ground up. So it has the same design language as Rep's other stuff with the metallic powder coat, with the equalizer cutouts, with the Rep logo laser cut, and it's just extremely smooth and easy to use. I believe they're using the same plastic within the trolley for the easy up and down on the upright. It's got the oversized pop pin, so it's just a nice sound, tactile feel, just easy to move, very like heavy springs, so it feels good. Also the knurling on the handle. Again, most companies aren't looking at those things. They're just doing rubber grips. This has a just really nice feeling knurling on the handle, just to harken back to barbells and dumbbells and what all of us are using in our garage gym. Just the entire design language of the component, and especially on the trolley, is just smooth. But also, the trolley is smooth side to side. So it's offering an extremely wide range of motion. So if you're gonna work off the machine, say you have two people using the machine, you can have somebody working off the machine with one stack, somebody on the other one. You're not gonna bother each other, and you can use as much width as possible. You can basically go as wide into the machine as you'd like because that pulley has a really long swivel, and it's just super smooth with the brass bushings. I really like it. Then another thing you'll notice if you look through the shroud of the pulley is gonna be aluminum pulleys. And there are aluminum pulleys all throughout this thing, which again, same aluminum pulleys that they're using on the Aries and Athena, which are so smooth. And one thing you look for in a functional trainer is actually just how smooth it is. You want something that like you're not having to think about the feeling of the machine. You just want to think about the movement, right? And that's what this is. This is actually like, truthfully, one of the smoothest functional trainers I've ever used. The reason being the aluminum pulleys. Most commercial options, like say my Free Motion dual cable cross in my garage, one of the best functional trainers, if not the best of all time. This is smoother than that, and the reason being is because they're using aluminum pulleys. I love that they use aluminum pulleys. They do wear the cable more than what a nylon pulley would do, but that's not gonna matter for a home gym because you're not gonna get so much use out of it that you're gonna wear it out. The other thing though is the bearings that are used. Bearings impact the same, if not more, than the actual material on the pulley. And the bearings on these are just extremely smooth, leaving you, when you're doing, say, cable flies, all you gotta focus on is the rep, is the pump. It just feels amazing. Then to the stacks. Standard 170-pound stacks with a 2-to-1 ratio. That means like if you wanna do some dynamic movements with it, it's not gonna make the stack jump like crazy, like a 1-to-1. Also, it's gonna allow you to get further from the machine. The stacks themselves, 170 pounds, which means the feel weight standard is gonna be 85 pounds feel weight. They do have an upgrade unit, which we have on here, which upgrades it to 220 pounds per stack, but you take half that, so basically 110 pounds per stack. When you look at like the competitor options in this price point, that's pretty much in line, maybe a little bit heavier than a lot of other options are offering, some a little bit less. Like you see 230s, you see 210s, but for the price point, it's right in line. One thing that I love about this is something that they borrowed from the Life Fitness functional trainer, which again is one of the best in the world, commercial unit, over 10 grand. We've had one, they're amazing. But one thing that they added is they have a 5-pound adjuster weight, micro weight, that you take from the top that uses a knurled pop pin. It's just really well done, really well thought through. This means you don't have to take like adder weights off and remember where they are. It's just always on the unit. It's already there. You just pop the pin, comes down, and then they made the plate that it holds in adjusted down, so you don't even have to pop the pin to put it back. You just lift it up and it auto locks. Same technology they're using on the Blackwing bench for the adjustable seat. It's just minor features like that that most companies aren't really thinking about, that Rep, because they're just going all in on engineering and having like the best stuff they can have. And it's noticed, it's nice. Then a couple minor things, multi-grip pull-up bar on the top. Like I love the angles on it, it's nice. Pegboard storage system, something I said on the last one, like why not use a pegboard? I'm glad they have a pegboard now. They actually include hooks. I think like 9 4-inch hooks and then 3 6-inch hooks, so you can hang all your attachments on it, and it's modular, so you can adjust however you want. The entire fit and finish is like their metallic black powder coat that's gonna match with their other racks. Also the stainless steel badges, stainless steel logos, laser cut logos, no stickers. I mean, if you can't tell you, I'm pretty impressed. Like they took all our suggestions basically with FT5000 and made it in a mini FT5000. That's what this is, just a compact unit, it's sick. Something else that they finally changed because of our reviews, I think, because we had it on them a ton, is the D handles. This one came with a knurled, like very nice D handle. I'm honestly not sure what comes with most units. I would guess they would like just send me the unit that retail. But I noticed on some of their pictures, some of them have the rubber grips, some of them have this grip. So maybe let me know in the comments which ones you get. But I would assume based on what I got, I would just make this the standard and I'll hold them to it. These handles, fantastic handles. I'm actually taking these home. These things are, the knurling on this, fire. So here's what I'd say on like the negative side. Really the negative I can think of with this is just its compact nature, which it kind of has to be. For my garage gym and my setup, I wouldn't want something that's small. Like I'd want something bigger that I have more stretch with. But for those of you that like space is a premium and so is budget, this is the competition. Titan Fitness Functional Trainer, 2,500 bucks. FT5000, which is the bigger guy from Rep, 2,500. I actually think I like this better than the FT5000. I'm hoping at least, they come out with basically this for the bigger brother, we'll see. The Bells of Steel Functional Trainer, 1,900 bucks, but lower stacks and honestly, like quality, nothing like this. Completely different leagues. Inspire FT1, I can't hold my finger up like that. Inspire, I'm gonna stop. Inspire FT1, one of the most popular functional trainers, one that you see at Costco a lot. 2,400 bucks, 160 pound stacks. Like, dude, this is less. Even with the upgraded stacks, don't compare. Xmark Functional Trainer, 2,700 bucks. Does have a 10-pound heavier stack. It is good quality, but still not the same as this. Or the Gronk Functional Trainer, which is one that we're gonna review in the future, and actually I think is kind of a sleeper pick, but it's still $2,300 for a 200-pound stack. Here's what I'll say, like this is the new winner. Like this thing kills it. If they come out with a version with wider stretch, I'd love to see one with articulating arms, by the way, but if they have one with wider stretch, but within this category, when you compare to the options, $2 grand for this or 2,300 or so for the heavier stacks with free shipping, like Rep, you killed it. Like I usually don't say that in reviews, like this is that good. There's very little I can find on this that is like, that's not very thought through. No, this thing is very thought through. My only problems with it are ones that really this machine isn't designed to solve, and that is to have just a bigger version. But there's my review. What do you think of the Arcadia? What's your opinion? Is it enough to like, do you want to replace your other functional trainer, or is this one that you get, or is it maybe a little bit out of your price range? Because it still is expensive. Also, are there any cheaper functional trainers that you'd like to see us review that we haven't yet? Let me know in the comments. This has been Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. I'll see you next time. Peace.